Hi, welcome to Crazywhiz. Today I'm going to tell you about how to become a tutor on Crazywhiz website. So if you want to work as a tutor and do a part-time job and teach students and earn some part-time income, then this is the place where you can register as a tutor and get tuition jobs. So to get the tutor jobs, you need to have a profile on the website or any website. So what I'm going to do is I'll explain you how you can register as a tutor. So on Crazywhiz, what you can do if you want to join as a tutor, you need to click here at on the register on the main menu. So if you click on register here, this place, then you will get a page like this. Okay, so this is the page for joining as a tutor. So tutor registration. All you need to do is you need to follow certain process to register as a tutor. First thing what you need to do is just mention your name. So I'm just mentioning my name here and your email ID, whatever the email ID what you have, example email, some blah blah, and then Gmail. I'm just giving a dummy email here. So you can give your regular email, and then the next element is your qualification. I think for most of the tuitions, what parents or students prefer is they wanted someone who have got a basic degree. They want qualified graduates for teaching them. So I think if you're a qualified graduate, or sometimes some of the students may also consider those who are pursuing their degree. So if you are pursuing degree also, you can apply for it, but selection of tutor, whether you are still pursuing your degree, that depends on your depends on student or parents discretion that they are going to select. Okay, so you can consider as your qualification here. Once you enter your qualification, suppose if you are an engineer, then you can mention suppose civil engineer or electrical engineer or mechanical engineer, whatever it is, your branch you need to mention. Or if you have studied your MSc, so if you are MSc maths specialization, then just mention as MSc maths. So civil engineering, I'm just for the sake of registration, I'm just mentioned as civil engineering. And now, so the next element is here. What you need to do is if you want to work as a tutor, then you can type as tutor, or you can also select as private tutor. So whichever is there. If you want to work as a teaching professional like a faculty for part-time jobs, maybe in some institutes or coaching centers, or some colleges also, then in such case you can select as a faculty. So you need to select the right appropriate option what you wanted to work for. So right now I'm selecting as a tutor or a private tutor. Now the next element is here. You need to select your experience. Do you have previous teaching experience? Then if you have, just mention those years here. If not, you can mention as a fresher here. So let us select as 3 to 5 years. Assume that you have 3 to 5 years of experience. So these are the basic elements what you need to mention here. And then the most important, the crucial process in registering your profile is this area, tutor profile description. I We feel like if you at least mention 30 words, that makes more sense to the parents and tutors. But however, if you are good in preparing your tutor profile, well structured way, then you can have more than 300 words. So what you are supposed to mention as part of your tutoring profile is most important here. So some of the tutors I have observed, they are just mentioning something like just 1 or 2 lines, or maybe I'm interested for tuition. So that will not make any kind of impression with the students and parents. So to get better leads and to get noticed by some of the parents and students, if you have a stunning profile, then they can look at more information about you. They can learn more about you and then take a decision. So for that, what I'm going to tell you is, so I'll tell you what you can consider as a tutor profile. I'll list out those information here. Let us see how it is going to work for you. So, for the first thing, what I'm going to talk about is first you need to talk about yourself. It is about me. Means what exactly who you are. Okay, so that comprises of that gives the whole story about you. You need to talk about your story. So you need to consider these things as part of your story. Okay, so that makes more sense when you create a tutor profile, because see, people should understand what you are, okay, and what's your background. So I have considered as three elements here. One is the background. So what exactly under the background is what you have studied and what's your qualification, what's your specialization, which you have already mentioned on the top here, but you need to talk more about it. Okay, so something like you have done mechanical engineering, suppose, and then you have been graduated from so and so university, and then with some distinction or something like that. So you need to talk more about that. So educational credentials are more important. People look at your qualification and then take a decision. The next element what I'm going to talk as part of your registration is experience. So see, you might have taught so many students, or not as part of tuition. Maybe you might have taught some of the students within your home, maybe to your brother or sister, or maybe some of your relatives. You might have even clarified a lot of doubts or some kind of answers as part of your education. So you might have taught some juniors or something like that. So you need to clearly specify. So if you have taught the previous maybe class 1 to 7, just mention that. And what exactly have you taught students? So which subject have you handled earlier? If it is languages, just mention as languages. And then also consider what kind of syllabus you can handle. Some of the tutors are more confident in handling state board syllabus. If you are in that situation, then you need to mention state board. If you're also good at handling local syllabuses, something like ICSC or CBSC central board, then you can mention that. Even if you are stronger in handling IB curriculum, like international syllabuses like IGCSE, IB, Cambridge, all these sorts of syllabuses also you can mention. And some of special tutors will be there who can handle NIOS syllabus or a special educator. So you can mention those things. So you need to talk about your experience. If you talk about your experience, people will have a better understanding about your profile, what you can do, what you cannot do. Okay, so based on which they can take a decision. Now the teaching, this is most important. They see how you are going to take up their children, and then how you are going to receive the children, and then improve the children the moment when you start the tuition. Suppose the day you are going to start with so and so thing, and then slowly, because you are being given a task to improve the child's education, maybe from a lower level to a medium level, and then medium level to a higher level. Or maybe a student is already on par with a certain basic standard, and they wanted to improve to the next level. So this is how this philosophy of or the methodology what you are going to use as part of your tutoring. So you need to mention that. It's not mandatory, but if you can mention that, it makes more sense to the students. Okay, so these are the three elements. If you just maybe one or two lines for each element, if you mention about your about me background, then that makes a lot of difference to the students. So this is one area you need to focus on. And you can use various online chat GPT or Google Gemini for creating these things. If you just write a small prompt, that gives you what you can clearly write about me. Okay, so the next element what I'm going to talk about is the detailed subjects and specializations. See here, when most of the students or parents, when they look at the various tutors, when they search for the tutors, they'll see what the tutor can teach and what they are good at it. So if you see that the subjects, suppose you can handle mathematics, but you can handle only up to class 7, maybe primary sections, but you may not be good up to class 10 or class 12. or maybe for engineering mathematics or something like that. So in such case you need to clearly demarcate and you need to clearly mention what exactly you are going to teach, and then up to what class you are strong enough to give proper tutoring classes. So in such case, even if you go to the root level within the mathematics, if you are strong in teaching certain aspects like arithmetic, calculus, or algebra, so mention those important areas where you are strong enough to give the tutoring classes. You can also include as part of your description about the subjects what you're going to teach. Try to use certain keywords like you worked as a home tutor, or you are a present home tutor and also takes home tuitions and online tuitions. Okay, so this is the area wherein you need to talk about what you can teach and up to what level, what depth you can teach, and those things makes more sense to the students. Now the next part is track record, and what's your footprints, what you have got created across various platforms or with various previous students. So here this is about your success stories. How many have students have you handled? You can mention, I taught 10 students so far from 2010 to 2025, and most of them secured first class or something like that. And maybe suppose you might have given neat coaching, then some of your students might have secured so and so ranks. You can mention that, but those informations are privacy related things, so you need to obtain a clear permission from the person you are referring here. If you wanted to mention those achievements, and sometimes if it is requires, you need to take the permission from the student or the parent or whoever it is, because you are going to mention that your achievements, and you are going to refer someone. If you refer as a general one, you don't need to take any kind of permission. Otherwise you can mention those achievements here. So something like some of your students might have secured a distinction or a first class or maybe top 100 rank or qualified for SAT or something like that, or Olympiad, whatever it is. Those things are important. These success stories is something which you are going to mention as part of your profile, that some of your students have achieved this. But and also you need, if you are able to, suppose you might have worked in various platforms, and some of those platforms you have got some references, not references, reviews about your teaching, some of the parents or students have given. Even you can link those references here. Those website links you can mention here, because it's not just a Crazywhiz you are going to give your details. You're going to link your profiles, what you have with other platforms, so that they can just click on that link and go to the other websites and see how your reviews been given by the various students and parents. Okay, so the part of proven track record consists of your testimonials. That means how students and parents, previous students, have given reviews about your teaching, and what kind of results they have got, and accomplishments, what ranks and other stuff they have got as part of their improvement during tutoring classes. Okay, so this is most important area. If you have something, you can mention these things here. If you don't have, that's okay. Now the next part what I'm going to talk is the logistics. That means the preferences. See, the most important thing is you have a clear cut. If you mention your preferences as part of your profile, so people who are looking at your profile will have a clear idea how much you charge and what time you are available, up to what timing you will be able to take classes. Suppose you may be available during weekends or weekdays from so and so 5 to 8 p.m. or something like that. So if you give more information, suppose if you are only available during certain period of time in a year, you can mention that. Okay, and there is another thing like location. So you are okay to travel, and your preferences, like you use public transport or you may use your own bike or car, so you can mention that. So that makes more sense to the people. And then when it comes to the tuition fee, you can mention your hourly charges or a monthly charges. Okay, so maybe you can also make it more flexible in the sense like parents can decide or negotiate on that. So if you tell a starting price, and then if you say that depending on the number of hours or the number of classes what they are going to take, in case if they select you, then if your fee is based on number of classes or number of days in a month, or maybe subjected to the level of studies what the student is going to opt for it. Suppose they need an academic tutoring or exam preparation, or maybe certain entrance exam preparation they need, which is more intensive in nature. In such cases, you need to vary your tutoring fees. So if you clearly mention your charges here, so the student will have more information about your fee structure. So it is better to mention your fee details or charges or your preferences, whether where you are available, how you are available, in what mode you are available. All that information you can mention here. Now we'll go to the next thing. The next important and the final part is call to action. This is most important. See, you created a beautiful profile, but if you don't mention the last important line, then it doesn't give some kind of impression about your profile. So what you need to do is just at the end of your profile, what you need to tell exactly what a student or a parent should do to connect with you. So we always say that we don't want any of the tutors or the students do not mention your personal details like contact details here, so you'll have a privacy issue. So once your phone number or email address is open to the public, so you'll have a bad experience. So in such cases, do not mention any contact details here. Just mention that book a free demo or whatever it is, and then we will connect you. We will, if suppose some parent or a student looks at your profile and they are happy with your profile, and they would like to continue with your contact your profile. So what we do, they post their requirement and we connect you with the parent directly. So what we do is we take their contact details, we tell them that we are going to connect them with so and so tutor. So in such case, if you have a stunning, beautiful profile like this, then you will have more chances of getting more number of students, or sometimes direct calls also will make more sense to you. Right. So this is the heart of the tutor registration process. So if you are okay with this, then I'll go ahead with the next steps. It's just a few steps we are complete. The next thing is, as I said previously, which you are going to mention here, you need to mention the fee, what you are going to charge, but it is not a variable here. You can only mention one fee. Suppose if you charge 300 per hour is your starting fee, then this is your starting fee. Then if you wanted to vary it based on the different requirement, that you have to mention in the profile description here. Okay, so now once you do that, then you need to select your city. Suppose I'll select my city as Bangalore here, and then the next part is within Bangalore. Suppose if you're staying at Rajajinagar, okay, then now but you are also available for certain other areas like Malleshwaram and other areas, Yeshwantpur. In such case, you need to mention those information here. Okay, so this profile description will give more clarity to the students or parents. And then what is the mode of tutoring or the classes you handle? Are you going to handle only at customer location or online or only at your place? Absolutely fine. You can do that. But I suggest, see, ultimately you need to mention your preferences and people should respect your preferences. But if you can slightly flexible in the sense like it depends on the customer preferences, if you are okay with it, try to mention this one. This covers everything. You are available for online and everything. Okay, and sometimes some of the parents will ask the tutors to come to a specific location, and they bring their child to that specific location and ask you to give the classes over there. So in such case, flexibility is most important. And then just mention your mobile number here. And what happens is, once you submit your tutor registration application here, and with all the relevant information which is most important for a parent or a student to look at it, then then it gives a lot of you'll get a lot of chances that people will look at your profile and they feel yes comfortable, and then they'll have better knowledge about your tutoring methodology and how you are going to bring the child to the next level, all that. So what happens is, so we have filled most of the information here, okay, with just basic information here. So what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to submit this profile here as a tutor, and then it goes to the next step, wherein which is optional one, but which is most important for you. So what you need to do is, we post most of the tutoring jobs on YouTube channel, okay. So if you get subscribed to our YouTube channel, then you will have a notification, so you'll come to know what exactly. And we also post some of the most important information about our website, not only tutoring jobs, also some basic information or some tips or something like insights, how you can get a career guidance, or where you can get some study abroad tips, or maybe some places about information. All such information we'll put in your YouTube channel. So if you get subscribed to it, you will have more idea about what exactly is happening with the Crazywhiz. Okay guys, so I think I have explained enough about tutor registration. If you are okay with these steps which I have spoken so far, then you can do the registration as a tutor. We will see. Ultimately what I am going to say is, you create a profile and leave it to us. If any of the parents or students look at your profile and ask us to connect with you, we will connect you, okay. So, and fee part and the demo class schedule, all these things can be discussed later, okay. Thank you guys. I hope I have covered most of the areas. In case if you have any kind of doubts or clarification, you can contact me directly. You can click on contact at the bottom, or you have my number on the website, and you can contact me directly. I can clarify any kind of doubts. Thank you so much.